Whoop, there we go. Hey everyone, Michelle here at ASAS Massage Education from our Mesa campus. We have a really nice treat for you today. We are following up on our whirlwind tour of all of our campuses. We had our Mesa campus tour a couple weeks ago, and today we have a great treat coming from our main campus, our Tucson campus down the southern part of the state. And I'm going to be welcoming in our current full-time student, Sam, who has agreed to walk us through the campus to see a little glimpse of what he gets to see every day and get a little glimpse of his daily life as a student here at ASIS. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Sam into our conversation here and say hello. Hi, Sam.
Hey, Michelle.
I love your attire. Look, we're matchies. I also
Thank you.
I have my I got my mask too, but I'm solo right now in my office, so I can get away with it. But thank you so much for being part of the stream today and coming on board. I was really excited when you agreed to do it because we've had some really great conversations, just the two of us. And I was like, we got to get you out there and let you talk to the people a little bit. So
thank you, Michelle. Yeah, it's really an honor and a blessing to be able to play this role today and to be sort of, I feel like a liaison for the student body right now. So thank you so much for inviting me to be here in the interwebs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into massage therapy. Was it something that you've always considered for a while or more of a recent thing for yourself?
Sure. Yeah. So I have like a 15-year career as a dancer. I'm a very flexible person.
Very bendy.
And in my dance training, I had been working one-on-one and in group settings with dancers with different dance modalities like contact improvisation and just, contemporary partner work. So I was always really used to being like very intimately close to people. And so massage as a career was always sort of a back burner idea for me. That turned into a front burner when the coronavirus pandemic sort of swept across the country and is just devastating millions of us. So for me, the dance field really kind of shut down because live performance just isn't really possible these days. So I thought really an opportunity for me to, this pot that's been simmering in the back to just bring it to the front and make some massage soup out of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I find that so interesting too. And I think, in the field, I experience this a lot, but I know people saying to me a lot of times, like, I can't believe you're still open and how are people doing it when we're supposed to not be near each other? And I said, the need for touch is never going to go away. And this is actually getting people and getting our students to start thinking like, we have a need to fill here. And, even maybe that one way the career has kind of changed a little bit, but also seeing the need that's out there that we need to get good people out there to start bringing the touch back to people and bringing that connection back to people as well. So I love that you brought that up. Absolutely. And I also love that you brought how you've had a career in dance, and we also see a lot of that where people have some kind of movement background, something using their bodies of some kind, trainers, all kinds of things where they're already working with the body in some capacity, and it feels like maybe another progression for them to add this to their mix. So I think you hit the nail at that one. So it's really interesting you brought that up. So awesome. So tell us how far you are in your program right now. How much more do you have to go?
Sure. So I graduate at the end of March. So I'm like 5.5, 6 months through the program. I actually
Okay.
just finished my clinic hours this week. I'm at 100 of my clinic hours.
Yay!
So yay. And for me,
I know.
I had been doing weekly, Monday and Wednesday clinics, and I actually had 4 consistent clients that were seeing me towards the end, and now they're my own clients that are seeing me
That's
outside of.
awesome.
It feels like a
Yeah,
really
that
cool
is great. Yeah, so you've been able to see some progress with how they're feeling, and they've been obviously seeing it. They keep rebooking and wanting to be a part of your healing process as well. That's great. I love that. I love those stories. I always tell students, I said, don't worry about stealing our clients. We want you to go, take them, run. Because we're trying to build that connection and making sure that you're seeing that repeated client thing as you're seeing them progress as well. So that's awesome. I love to hear that. So where are you taking them to? What's your plans for after school?
Yeah, so there's a couple plans. All of them are, their own low burning burners now on this new stove of massage therapy for me. One plan is that I'm gonna, soon here in Tucson, I'm gonna be getting an apartment, and I'll do a little bit of private practice out of my own home. That's one idea. The other idea is actually here at school, we're in conversations on how can graduates sort of stay in touch as alumni with the school. There are some private spaces, which I'll show on the tour in just a little bit. And we're, as you know, Michelle, we're in conversation on how can grads rent that space or be in that space and be a part of the school and have their own clients. So that's one of the burners too. Also, many of us in the class together are really interested in a kind of collective or cohort, co-op kind of model where we come together and start to form something that that really shows a diversity of voices in the massage field and highlights the sort of uniqueness of each of our kind of skill sets. I think that many of us believe that we, as newly massage therapists, will be strong together when we exit out of school. So there's some ideas on how will we form that to be determined.
Yes, I love that. I love all those ideas. It's so great, and to know that you guys have connected with each other. You have a very strong class. It's such power. I don't know if powerhouse is the right word because it makes it sound like there's like a strength and a weakness, and I don't want that kind of comparison necessarily. But such amazing healing and just the therapy that I see going on in your class is really amazing. So whatever you all create is going to be wonderful. And yes, we're still in talks about using those spaces and being able on our end to be able to still support our graduates in a way that you don't feel like we just threw you out. Like, good luck. Let's see how you do, which I know you'll do really well, but it also, we can maybe, and this is what we'll talk about hopefully in our, our downtime too, about working out maybe even kind of a mentorship thing where the instructors are still working with you. You're still able to collaborate and, bounce off ideas and things like that as well. So I love that there's so many different options available and that you're pursuing a bunch of different things too. So,
So.
Do you want to share anything about any of your favorite classes? Or I always love to hear from students, any surprises along the way that you didn't know that you would really like this class or not like it, and it was the opposite for you or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, I find all of it really amazing and really interesting. So, but I'll pick one, which is craniosacral therapy is just like literally mind expanding, like just so much possibility for me in that particular route of
Yeah.
healing. I found that throughout the session, and especially with Christine's really beautiful teaching, Christine Merrill, who was our teacher for craniosacral therapy, I just found a really beautiful joining of sort of Western science approaches at the body, studying the body in relationship to spirituality and, this whole other realm of shamanism and healing that, more approaches the soul, the spirit, in some ways the psychological trauma, even though, that's not really our scope. But craniosacral therapy as a body-based practice, like, holds all of that in so many ways, just so profound to me. So that I will be doing continuing ed in craniosacral for sure.
I love it, and there's definitely a lot of opportunity for that, and I want to go back to what you said about scope and just yes, it's definitely a lot. There's definitely a lot of emotional component to things that happen during body work in general, but craniosacral is well known for that. And I like how you said, knowing that it's not quite our scope, but we are here still to support our clients through some of these things, and perhaps with the conjunction with other things that they're doing for themselves in their lives. But we still have a place at the table to help them in their health and well-being. So that is one of the more beautiful modalities to experience that very, very intimately firsthand. So I have to agree with you on that one. Even though I myself am not a craniosacral practitioner, I do know the amazing beauty behind the modality. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. And Christine is just phenomenal. I've enjoyed so many things about her on a personal level and in the classroom. So I'm glad you're getting to experience that and enjoying her teaching too. So that's awesome. Oh, all right. So I think if you're ready, or if you have anything else to comment before we walk around, we can go and see what we find and see who we find, and you can let us know about your day and anything else you want to share with us.
Sure, that sounds good. Yeah, I think let's get started with the tour. And
Yeah.
I'm here in a room with one other person. This is Jazz.
Hi, Jazz. We remember you from our other live streaming.
Yeah. So I'm going to be going along with Sam just in case anybody has any questions or playing out some little fun facts for everybody. But yeah, we're excited to show you our beautiful campus. We love it. It's got an old historic east side of Charm Split. So we're excited.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, so I'm the campus director. I'm also going to be your admissions best friend. So if you come and tour in person with me, you'll join me. You'll also meet the rest of the front office girls. So I have Desiree and Nicole. And I think we might get to see some of them too on our tour here.
All right, so we're going to exit Jess's office now, and I'll kind of just do a little pan. So here's the office space.
Nice.
Where, if you come in through this door, which is over here, like kind of the front of the building, then you come right here into the office space. Over here, you will see that we've got some merchandise. So there's some, if you need a mask or a T-shirt, we've got lots of things over here. And let's see.
Nicole.
And here's Nicole.
Hi.
Hi.
Nicole, can you share a little bit about what your role is here at ASIS?
I do financial aid, so I help students pay for school with financial aid.
That last part was a little hard to hear. You can repeat for her, Sam, or so we can hear what you said, or go closer. Yeah.
Attend school by applying financial aid and helping the students walk through the FAFSA and see what they're eligible to receive.
So
Great.
all things money related. All things money related.
Yes.
If you need help with money, Nicole's your girl.
Thank you, and we're gonna find a way to finance your time here at our school. So
and
yeah,
so
Nicole is.
Yeah, we're stepping out here into sort of the backyard area. This is where I'll actually walk a little bit closer, but this is where we often come out after class, and we've had all these amazing discoveries, and so we have lunchtime, and we'll sort of process here at these picnic tables all the time together as a team. And
Hopefully, when the weather allows, we can have your guys' graduation out here too.
oh, cool. And
we got Hoppy over
we
there.
got another person coming by. Desiree, can we stop?
Hi, Hoppy.
So, Desiree, can you share just a little bit about your role here at ASIS?
So at ASIS, I am the administrative person with admission support. So if Jess isn't here, I come and take over the tours. Other than that, I do the grades with students. I meet with them every so hours just to know where they're at in the program.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Grades and attendance, that's your girl.
Yeah, grades and attendance.
So we're walking into the clinic now, and there's a kind of two directions we could go. One, I'll show you over here is our student clinic. So this is where we have clients that come in. They register for the clinic and then they come in, and we're in this space. It has sort of
10 days.
10 bays, yep. And each bay has its own private partitions with a massage table within it. And let's see. I'll kind of just walk through. There's some of these rooms that are really beautiful because they've got some really nice light in here, like this one here at the end. Some nice light that comes in. And then there are some that are a little bit darker too for therapists who prefer a little bit less light. Okay, and so we're exiting the clinic space now to another room. So this is a space where after clients come through and they have a session here with the therapist, they have an opportunity to give us some feedback. So we've got some feedback forms here, and this is, they fill it out. It's got some questions, and then thank you. And also, one of the things I love about ASIS too, there's all these just beautiful, let me see if I can see, just like pictures and things on the wall. It just makes it, feel extra special and have kind of a healing vibrations.
Nice.
We got some bathrooms.
Important.
Right, important. Now, so these are some private rooms too that are here. If there's ever a client that comes in and they really, need a private space, we were told that these can be used. And also these are the spaces that we're looking at for grads once they graduate.
Yeah.
So there's one, I think there's two, and
This is my fun file room. Nobody wants to go in there.
I didn't even know what was over there. Here's sort of our front office for the clinic. And Jess now is opening up the door, and we're headed out to.
This is where our beautiful clinic clients walk through. You get some feel of our lovely landscaping around here.
Nice desert landscaping. Yeah.
Tucson desert. And let's see. So some folks are coming out of class right now.
Just finished up their Swedish class.
Yep. Should we go upstairs, Jess?
Yes.
Okay. So we are going upstairs to the second floor.
A couple of stragglers up there.
Yeah. We're taking the stairs. So that is one thing to know about ASIS, that there is 2 floors. So there are stairs that we take to get up to the upper classrooms.
We got to get our steps in every day, guys.
Yeah.
I know. You guys are actually lucky. We're all flat here. I love Desiree before she was on her crutches. I always saw her take her little loops around to get a couple steps in. That's awesome.
So we've got a kitchen here, and so we all do a great job at, sort of making sure we steward dishes as a community. I love that part of being in a community school. So, dishes here, microwave. We've got another little bathroom, refrigerator if you need to store your stuff for lunch. And now we're walking into one of our main rooms that we use.
Nice.
This is where everything except Swedish is taught.
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of time.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I spotted an instructor in the wild over there.
Yeah.
There is an instructor in the wild. Todd, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, Todd.
Hi. They always say, leave the classroom the way you would like to find it.
Yes.
So.
That's why you're a pro, Todd.
This room is also just equipped with, other anatomical imagery. We've got our shiatsu meridian chart. This one I love. I spend a lot of time over here with the chakra system too. So just to say that about ASIS too, we are definitely a holistic school in that we have many different approaches at healing. So over here, we've got our storage room for massage tables.
And all of our tie mats are in here too.
Yep.
So
Some of the mats as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
Because we do some floor movement, floor body work, right? Thai and shiatsu.
Here's just kind of a seating area for hanging out, doing homework. And now each of us students, we also have our little cubbies too. So, in massage school, you have lots of things. You've got sheets, you've got oils, you've got blankets, you've got textbooks. So these cubbies are really, really useful in sort of storing some of your things here. And it's, super, super safe too. And we've got another one of our instructors. Would you like to say hi?
Instructors in the wild.
Instructors in the
Art.
wild. Hi, I'm
Hi.
Christine.
We were talking about you a minute ago.
Uh-oh.
all good things.
So this was who I was saying offered like this incredible craniosacral course. So here's Christine.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Christine. As we're Sam was just gushing about your craniosacral class. So we had said we really enjoy you here as one of our instructors. And I know you just came out of Swedish. How are our new students doing today?
Really good, really good. They're starting to get a solid foundation, which of course for me is body mechanics and draping above all else. I tell them there's 2 rules in massage: keep yourself safe, keep your client safe. And everything else is about finding what works for you. So Swedish is going well, and they're doing intro to case studies this afternoon. So we're getting ready to do our case study project, which is always a lot of fun.
Yes. Oh, I love it. And I did get the email from one of your case study presentations yesterday and just love it. So I would love to do one of these streams just talking about our case study program, because I think it's one of our highlights of what we do. So that'll be really great. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So hi, everybody.
Thanks for chatting.
Just a little bit into the room just to see. So this is our Swedish room where we spend sort of the beginnings of our time here. Again, yeah. Oh,
and
go ahead.
we're also not a traditional school where we have our lecture halls and we have all of our desks. So some of our Swedish students this go around decided to bring their camping chairs. Some students sit on a big yoga ball over there. A lot of students choose to just sit on the floor, whatever is comfortable for them.
All right. And shall we continue?
We shall.
We shall. Let's see.
That's the most exciting part of the school.
Now, so we're walking over to another room we have. This one's called the Sunset Room. Each of these rooms has a beautiful names here. So it's another classroom.
This one isn't in use as frequently as the other 2 rooms.
Good to know. And now we've got some more bathrooms up here too, with separate stalls. Shall we go down this way, Jess?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do a full circle.
And so we're going down the stairs. So there's sort of like 2 stairs, that wrap up to the upper floor.
Yeah. Watch your step. Watch your step.
One thing I could mention too, if you are, if you're a student and you're considering coming here, but you're wondering about transportation. So many of us drive, and if you do drive, there's really convenient parking. It's just right here on the street. So, you can park right here on the street. And we do know that if you are taking the bus, there is a bus stop that's up on Speedway Avenue too. That's not too far.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right up the road there. That's awesome. That's great. Cool. Well, we got to see the whole campus. I see the students all escaped our live stream. That's really the other ones. We couldn't catch them. They probably ran when they saw the phone. So
I mean, I'm sure that many of them too are, checking, being COVID safe.
Yes, of course.
Out of school with when things are over. But well, that's our tour. Thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome. So I wanted to end with a few questions I'm starting to ask all our guests. So if you would indulge me for a little bit, so I can ask you these and see what go inside the mind of Sam for a minute. So
Sure.
if you could pick, what talent or superpower would you have?
Okay, I know what it is. There's two that came to mind right away, but I think I know which one I'd like. I want to have psychic abilities, and I think it's possible, and here's why. Because I learned that whales have these thing called spindle cells, and their spindle cells are really developed, which allows them to communicate like across the ocean with other whales. And I think that we have them as humans, they're just not developed yet. So that's what I want, psychic abilities.
Yeah, it's evolution, right? Well, they just need to go through the process a little bit. So we'll work on that one. If you weren't a massage therapist, what occupation would you have?
Well, I have to say I love being a dancer and a dance artist. What's complicated about the field of dance is that there is very little money in it. I mean, it's very unsustainable in terms of, having a stability in that way, because the arts are just so underfunded. And so my wish would be that, there's an artist that's local to every kind of jurisdiction, and that artist is paid full time by the city or something. So I would love a job like that. They're so hard to find.
Yeah. Well, maybe you create one. You don't know. I think you're very crafty, and I think there's something down the road for you in that capacity, for sure. If money and circumstances were not part of the issue at all, where would your ideal place be to live?
Well, I think the first thing that's coming up is I want to be practicing living in my body, like as the body as a home. That comes up first. But if I pick a geographic place, I've been doing a lot of yoga lately. I'm going to go ahead and say India. I would love to live in India.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing journey for people. I know that I've been there. I haven't had a chance myself, but yeah, it's definitely mind opening for sure. What is your most treasured possession?
Oh, that's hard because I'm not. I don't spend a lot of time with my objects. So
what you have is probably very, very special to you, I can imagine.
Yeah. What would I pick?
Keepsake or something?
When I was young, my dad gave me a gold cross. That, my family was from a Catholic family, and I since then, pushed way against the Catholic Church, but I always held onto this gold cross because of its lineage, I think, in my family. So I'm gonna say that.
Okay, yeah. Well, familial connection. I love that. And my last question: what would you say to your 18-year-old self if you could talk to him?
I would probably say it's not about the money. Seriously, it's not. Don't make your decisions around it. It's not about it. But I think I've evolved for sure around that, but it's just not the point.
Yeah. Wise words. I love it. That's awesome. So I would like to say my deepest thanks to you, Sam, for taking your time out today and showing us the campus and giving us such great insight on your journey here. And I want to let everyone else know, if you're watching it on the replay, that if you have questions for any of our students or any of our campuses, leave them in the comments. We'll make sure we'll address them at any time. And next week, we're going to be live again on Friday. Keep on our Facebook and our YouTube to see what is coming up in the next few weeks. So I will say again, thank you so much, Sam. Thanks, Jess. I'm sure there's an earshot over there. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
and we'll
Michelle.
catch everybody next time. Did you have any last words you want to say or anything, Sam?
No, I'm just very grateful for the opportunity to share a little bit of my experience, and thank you, ASAS, for all you do to support the livelihood of those who intersect with you. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. All right, friends, we'll say bye.